Abraham will do anything for God. God tells Abraham, leave home and wander around. I don't want you in big cities. I don't want you organizing things like the Tower of Babel. He leaves home. God says, I'm going to make a covenant. Covenant is like a deal. I'm going to make a covenant. You're going to have lots of children and a nation of your own, but first you got to wander around. So he wanders around for 25 years, and then God comes back and says, hey, how about you circumcise yourself? Okay, says Abraham, no problem. Still no baby, and Abraham's wife Sarah is like 99, but hey, God is miraculous. He can create whatever he wants. So finally, Abraham has a child, and God says, hey, I made you wander around, made you circumcise yourself. Now how about you sacrifice the child? And the sacrifice of Isaac is this extraordinarily terrifying and powerful story. Abraham goes ahead and says he will sacrifice, and then at the last minute God pulls back. Now, personally, I have a weird reading of this, which is that Abraham knows that God is going to pull back. Abraham knows that God is testing him, because otherwise he would never go through with it. He tells the guys he's with, go away, because he knows they'll try to stop him, because he knows it's wrong. He's miserable when he has to give up his illegitimate child, Ishmael, but he doesn't seem to care about Isaac, and he negotiates like crazy to save the sinful people of Sodom, but he makes no effort to negotiate for his son. Also, why do I think Abraham is like this? Because Abraham is a great negotiator. That's the thing about him. He's a great deal maker. He tricks Pharaoh. He makes deals with all sorts of people around him about wells. He's like his son Jacob in this way. But the outstanding moment of negotiation is when God is going to destroy Sodom for being sinful, and he goes down to Abraham and says, what do you think about this? And Abraham says, look, God, I don't think you should do it. What if there are 50 righteous people in Sodom? Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? I mean, this guy is saying to God, you don't want to be that guy. He's telling God, you should be moral. And God says, okay, fine, I won't kill him for 40. Then Abraham says, how about, for 50, Abraham says, how about 40? How about 30? He negotiates with him. He's like a used car dealer. God respects the fact that Abraham will argue with him, and that Abraham will stand up and give God lectures about being moral. So Abraham knows God. He knows that he's not going to do this horrible thing of asking him to really kill his child. And so he figures it's a test. This is the sort of thing that God would do. God is always testing him, because God has been so badly burned by so many people sinning for so long that he sort of like has to keep pushing. It's like, you have the bad first relationship, and then the second boyfriend just has to keep proving that he loves you.